Hello. All right. Since y'all seem to love Motley Crue videos so much, I got some news for you. According to the journalists over at UltimateClassicRock.com, fuck, Mick Mars has won a legal battle against his ex-bandmates in Motley Crue. However, sources from the Crue camp say that Mick has won the battle, but not the war. Basically, looking at this article, it seems like Mick Mars and his lawyer wanted documents, but the crew camp were not turning over documents. I don't know what the documents are about. I think Mick Mars' whole thing here is he says he was getting like financially screwed by Motley Crue. Now, you and Mick Mars might have a different definition of like what qualifies as getting screwed, but I mean, I believe the guy. I mean, it kind of sounds like he might have a discrimination case. I mean, I'm not a lawyer, but it kind of seems like the crew guys were like shitting on Mick because he is physically disabled, and it's funny considering the other guys in Motley Crue are mentally disabled. But anyway, Crew's team of lawyers is saying they actually won because some of Mick Mars's other legal filings were dismissed as, quote, moot by the judge presiding over the case. It's interesting stuff, man. I mean, I think we all knew the Motley Crue guys have probably never been like actual like best pals or anything. It's probably always been more of like a business partnership thing. I mean, that crushes a lot of people, but that's how like most bands are. Like outside of like Rush and shit like that. I mean, most bands are not made up of like best friends who like live right by each other and spend time together and shit. I mean, it is wild seeing this much hatred and resentment that's clearly been brewing for a long time. And I mean, I know people like to think of Mick Mars as being like the musically pure guy, because he has kind of gone back and like disavowed the whole like glam look and shit. But I mean, he stood by him, cashing his checks just the same. I mean, I probably would have done the same thing if I was in his case. I mean, he was already like what, like 30, 31 years old on the first on Too Fast for Love. I mean, so I mean, he really got fucking lucky being in the band. But they also, I mean, they were lucky to have him. To kind of be a little more straight than the rest of the guys in the band. Uh, by the way, man, as an aside, I also recently revisited the Theater of Pain album. Since my last Motley Crue video, I had a lot of people like talking it up in the comments and shit. So, I gave it another listen, man. It's been years since I like heard the whole thing. I gotta admit, I mean, I'm still not much of a fan. I think it's a bit dumbed down, not as heavy as the first two. Uh, Not that the first two were like smart in terms of like their lyrics and shit. I just had a bit more edge. I mean, you gotta admit, Bastards got a bit more edge than Home Sweet Home. But I mean, there are some solid tracks on Theater of Pain, man. I ended up digging that Save Our Souls song, man, which I had forgotten about. I think it's a little corny, but I mean, it fits, man. I mean, I think Mick Mars' guitar tone is really the coolest thing on the whole record. There's some parts of this record where it's like, if a band like Judas Priest, Saxon, Accept, like if they had done the same song, like you'd have like 20-year-olds on the internet talking about how fucking cool it is and shit. So now at the same time, I obviously like Judas Priest, Saxon, and Accept way more than Motley Crue and this album. But the album's really, I mean, it's not as bad as, Look What the Cat Dragged In or Slippery When Wet or some of the real fucking turds in the whole hair metal pantheon or whatever. Is that even the right word? Canon? I don't even know. But I might revisit Girls, Girls, Girls and Dr. Feelgood and do a video on those or something because I mean, you guys have kind of got me started on a little crew train here. So, anyway, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, share with your friends, family, coworkers. Have a great day.